Good morning, America, and the rest of the world, or wherever you are. Thank you for watching this little video. Today, the Associated newsletter is titled SOS to the World, October 28, 2019. You have been warned. All right, now today we are the 26th, and I give you the date of the 28th, obviously, because this SOS to the World deadly plutonic window is now operational. That is, of course, if you watch the news and check my quatrain. So the first thing I want to tell you is that to be very, very cautious of what you say or what you do. This window is particularly deadly because it is a plutonic window, and the Reptilius resides. Well, their base is not on the moon, is not anywhere else, but it's on Pluto, which is the planet well known for any astrologers that represent the death, drama, the underworld, the criminal elements, and all those nasty things that human being can produce or suffer for that matter. So be cautious. We are now during these windows, so be very cautious. I will never tell you enough to be cautious during this type of cosmic winds. All right, the sad reality is no cops are safe during this window. Again, that is if you read the latest news involving the police. It is already operational. I repeat myself, so be careful where you go, be careful what you say, because anything you say or do during those windows will follow you for the rest of your life. It is a window that is designed to bring about the undeleted truth and give people wake-up calls. So it is indeed a good window as far as you are concerned to build up more cosmic awareness. So if you are a cop, or if you're working at night, or in any security endeavors, anyone who works with law enforcement right now, be warned. The reptilians are concentrating on you. So if you have a family member or friend that is a police officer, it may be a good idea for you to forward this newsletter, because when it's said and done, hopefully he will be still alive. Okay, another thing that's important that I have to clarify with you, all ETs are in constant and direct contact psychically with you 24/7, okay? Even when you sleep. They may, in certain cases, be forced to converse audibly, vocal cord, ears, human ways, such as in my case, to lure or to captivate your consciousness. But as a rule, all groups of extraterrestrials use primarily telepathy. And you don't want them to talk to you unless you want to have a headache like I did for weeks that I would never wish on my worst enemy. Okay, so I don't know if you saw or read my UFOs experience, but pretty tough situation. Now, before anything, I'd like to start with a question that was asked by one of my reader. And this question is kind of can extraterrestrials deceive you or follow you after death? Yes, they can. Now, you heard of voodoo. You heard of Walking Dead. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. Extraterrestrials are interdimensional. So if they own your body, your mind, and your soul on Earth, and you are infected, you are a drug addict, you commit suicide, you've killed people, you're going to be going to hell. But that is the hell, not this is the hell that traditional religious people knows or understand. But it's much worse than that. So be careful, be careful. And what's interesting, we are moving in November, which is the month of Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto, or the most powerful, most dramatic months of the year. Okay, and incidentally, over the century, we have Halloween, we have The Walking Dead, we have all sorts that are very, very nasty. You gotta be cautious. Remember those 2 or 3 little girls? They were watching videos on a movie of a clown that were killing everybody, and next thing you know, they stabbed their friend. Luckily, she escaped. Remember, the reptilians will use technology to hijack the mind of those undeveloped kids. It is serious. It is serious. The Walking Dead, people coming out of the ground or whatever it is, the reptilians have an extreme power that can bring life to the dead. That's why voodoo is not a joke. It's very real. And then you might not want to know about it. You may be too scared about it. But it all depends on what you're doing on this dense physical world to make sure you don't end up possessed by the reptilians and slave for the reptilians forever. Remember, they need you. They need your fear. They need your negativity. They need your chaos. They need your religion. They need anything that is negative so they can survive. Luckily for us, we also have the benevolent draconists. Remember, it cannot only be the day without a night, or up without a down, or a God without a devil. That's why you have 2 eyes, 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 sides of the brain. We are all symmetrical. Understand the ultimate rules: positive, negative. So, another word, yes, you could turn into a zombie, my friend, if you slave for the reptilians. So be cautious of everything that comes out of your mouth. It's been through your head. Don't feed the reptilians. All right, that's pretty deep information, but that's what I do. So if you're ready to assimilate and accept it, good for you. And if you're not, well, you're not ready for me. All right. Now, I wrote a newsletter yesterday and make a great video. This video did not get enough hit. So there is a link here. If you want to learn more about UFO and the extraterrestrial agenda, read this very educational article. Some people sometimes just read the title, that doesn't interest me. Remember, every one of my video will give you something extraordinary that you may not expect. So when you see anything that comes out, either a video or especially my newsletters, okay, they're free. They're from my heart, okay? Read them. You're going to learn something. And knowledge is power. Ignorance is evil. So do not judge my work just because of the title. Excuse me, be a little bit more curious than that. You'll have a little bit of legacy left of mine. Doing much, much better. All right, so this is the quatrain that involved the SOS to the world, deadly plutonic window. Hidden secrets, sex, money come to light. Raw power challenges police, deadly villains. Ugly face of death, drama, horror surface. Nature, man's religion, bloody folly reign. Thus, this quatrain clearly enunciate the type of cosmic winds, deadly, dramatic cosmic winds that are now above your head. So be cautious, my friend. You want to be able to read my newsletter, and you want to be able to see those videos tomorrow. So do not be part of the statistics because you're religious fanatics and you've been taught not to deal with me, or because you are overeducated in astrology, or what I do is pseudoscience. It's real, and I'll prove it to you. I did so far with my earthquake predictions. All right, the keywords are pretty obvious. Russia, famous death, dramatic news, police brutality, undiluted truth, super wealth, sex, porn, crooks. It's all there on those keywords. We're going to start by investigating the first one. New York PD officers is in critical condition after an incident at a Brooklyn nail salon. Okay, apparently someone started to pee in the middle of the salon. Obviously, there is drugs involved, because if you're normal like me, you're not going to go to the salon and then start to pee. Now, this might be harmless or crazy guy. You don't hear all the truth. I'm using intuition and what Draco tells me at the same time. This guy might have had a friend, and they saw it, and his friend was as high as he was, and he saw the cops beating him or whatever doing with him, and he came and broke a share on the back of the skull of the cops, nearly killing him. Now he's at the hospital. So fighting for his life. Understand, there is no accident. The reptilians are going to get the most vulnerable element of our society, the drug addicts, the crazy people, the insane, and they are going to be delegating with the police. And then the result can be very dramatic. And in this case, this cop might not make it. And again, those who are in charge of those police officers, those educated idiots or those religious fanatics, do not allow me to talk to the police and to educate them on those specific windows and to use my software that can be easily associated with their own electronic in the car. So they would know exactly when those cosmic winds are coming, because this means also they're not coming back home. It's serious. Police, the key word is pretty obvious. Police. Video shows officers shoot an unarmed 16-year-old as he runs away. Many of you have seen that picture. He's a kid. He's going the wrong way. He's infected. He's a drug addict. He's young. He's stupid. Again, the U.S. Department of Education is not allowing me and my student to reach those kids. The next thing you know, they run away from the police. The police shoot them, and there goes the reptilians again. Another wasted life. Jesus, when is that going to stop? Never, never, unless you help me to spread the message. Do your part. Be part of the solution, my friend. I'm not allowed anywhere anymore. The reptilians have stopped me in every major website, Facebook, Wikipedia, LinkedIn, in every major place that I used to be and read by thousands. I'm gone. So I only have you. That's why it's important to be part of the solution. If you really believe me, and if you know that I'm right, then help me. Just post it in your groups, in your Facebook page. Here goes Dr. Turi News One. Whatever, help me. Help me to help you and you kids of the future. All right, being passionate. This is what you get when during this window. This is why a lot of people are going to say things they shouldn't do or say, and they're going to end up being crushed from the high career. It happened a few years ago with Rush Limbaugh, when he was very negative, treating women like sluts. And with Roseanne Barr, she lost everything. This did happen during those windows. You don't have to be a famous person. You're attached. That's why you're listening to me. That's why you're smart enough to pay attention, because all these rich and educated and selected privileged people out there, they're idiots, religious or atheists. They're not in between. They're not superhuman like you. That's why you need to help me to reach them or their children. Because you know what? It's only when the student is ready that the real teacher will appear. That's why you're listening to me. All right, there. Thank you for that. All right, Cummings Windows respond to Trump's attack and get standing ovation. Again, famous death. I watched that. It was pretty intense. I saw some real president of the past, reconnecting and bringing that beautiful love, understanding, and connection with each other instead of separating. Because the reality is, you like Trump or you don't, your president is infected. Look at what comes out of his mouth every second. It's obvious, but you're not prepared. If you're supporting Trump, that's good for you. I don't care. My job is not about politics. My job is to making you aware that your president is infected, and you're going to see the result within the next couple of years. 39 bodies were found in a truck in England. If that is not a dramatic death news, I don't know what is dramatic. When is the last time 39 people died in a truck suffocating because some people want to make money? Hey, talk about the reptilians doing their stuff. 3 arrested in Philadelphia, shooting of 2 children. You look at the picture of those guys, the tattoos everywhere. They are so infected. They are so reptilians control. They are robots. They are evil. These are the people that have signed their soul to hell. Yes, there is a hell. It's on earth. And if you don't pay attention to what I'm saying to you, the reptilians are going to curse you for the rest of eternity into their own world. My God. 2 dead in Baja California, wildfire. Again, death news. California fire continued to grow. Jeez. Sanctuary worked to save animals as fire closing. You see, it's all about fire. And when I was on Coast to Coast, I said to George, uh, uh, to expect a lot of fire and a lot of wildlife to disappear. This is a year of wind and fire. But if you do not put your hand on my 2020 Nostradamus Dragon forecast, how are you going to be prepared? Next thing you know, you're going to win the lottery. You're going to buy a house right in the middle of a mountain in California, and it's going to go end up in fire. Pay attention, my friend. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to help you. Classic Ford Bronco is powered by an electric V8. That is a rebirthing. This energy is also dying and rebirthing. Yesterday, in my video, I was talking the H2 hammer. I had a few of those big, huge tracks. And then they are rebirthing those huge V8 gasler into electrical cars because people like those cars. So, but they don't like to spend money or do only 9 miles per gallon. So that's why I got rid of mine. Excuse me. Now, no end in sight to Lebanon anti-government protest. Again, if you read the keywords of my quatrain, raw power challenges police deadly villain. It's not only happening in Lebanon, it's also happening in Hong Kong. And during those windows, a lot of those kids are going to die because they don't know. Nobody's telling them what the reptilians are doing with all this chaos. And it's so very often political, greed, or religious. Remember, all religions were created by the reptilians because he brings chaos. And he brings things like ISIS, ready to cut your head, neck off if you don't believe in Allah. Jesus, pay attention. And the Christian did the same. They know better. That's how it works. Okay, diplomats arrived to testify on Capitol Hill today. Well, secret to light, okay? NBC reporter overheard discussion about money after Giuliani butt dials him twice. That's the underlying truth. You talk about money, supreme wealth. He's asking on the phone for a few $100,000. I mean, how can you deny the fact when you hear it on TV? That's what those windows are for. And all those educated, all these politicians, all those crooks, and they are all infected. They don't make enough money. They don't have enough with millions. They want billions. Where you and I were struggling to make a living every day. And those guys have our fate. And they can say, you know me, I'm too old, but your children to war. They don't know anything about who they are. And they are leaders. They are led by the reptilians. That's what it is. The people making art deals for the super rich. Again, you read super wealth on my quatrain? You read. I don't know what they're talking about, but super wealth. Another one here. Antonio Brown list is mentioned for $2.3 million. Wow, you're talking about super wealth? Do you think it's kind of normal to have somebody who is making millions and billions and you and I are making enough just to pay our bills? You know what? There is justice somewhere, somehow. Okay? They say, well, they work hard and this and that. But without the work of me building those roads, or other people making the equipment that they need to build the extra wealth, they would be nowhere. Do you think they would have any chances to make millions if they were living in Africa, in the middle of nowhere, on the remote islands? Understand the principle. Why people make it big is because they're collecting from the work of all the rest of us. And then they got all to the top because of us. Effort, intelligence, ingenuity, guidance, teaching, learning. And get the best. And we provide all that to these people. But people don't think that way. They said, oh, no, we worked hard, this is money, this and that. Well, good for you. Meantime, you have a little girl out there, again, with 2 kids. She got pregnant when she was 17 or 16. Her husband is a drug addict, and now he's rotting in jail. She's struggling. She's giving her body out there, doing everything she can to feed those babies or clothe them. Do you think that's normal? Look at me when I arrived in the United States. When I arrived in England in 1972. Couldn't speak a word of English, okay? But the good news is my government spent 6 months on my ass to teach me how to weld. They pay for my food, they pay for my lodging. It's either you do that or you kind of sleep on the beach. They took care of me for 6 months. My government in France invested in me, and they give me that option when I arrive in the United States to make $68 on the US base in San Diego and in Hawaii. If I didn't have that when I arrived at Big Sky in Los Angeles, I would have to steal to survive. I would have to join again. No, this country is so beautiful. We have the best of the best of the best of everything, including the medicine. Yet, if you get cancer, well, your life is gone. Unless you're rich. I had cancer. I was able to take care of myself. Yeah. You need to understand that we are one. All is that, and that is all. And the greed, the control, the manipulation, the misinformation is terrible. This is what ruined this great country. Invest on your kids, Americans. Invest on those kids. Many of them have so much power. Don't put $1 million if you're a millionaire to get them into college and universities that they don't belong because they're not supposed to be there. Look at me. They kicked me out of school. I was, 13 years old, looking in the trash for my food. And little did I know that I was going to teach who is who in America in breast cancer research surgeries. I had no idea that all my students were going to be mayor, attorneys, NASA students. This is life. It's all written in the stars. All right, now, STDs are sexist and women are the losers. Well, keywords is sex. Read it. Shocking video shows bear attack at circus. Again, how many times I've told you, when those cosmic winds are in charge, they are also getting to animals. Let me go back in time and space for those of you who never watched my videos. Okay, that old lady was killed by a bunch of wild dogs. That little girl got killed by a pit bull. This guy lost his life because the lion that he had as a pet since she was a kid killed him. This little girl in one of our national parks, she got, or a guy, I can't remember, got hit by a bison. You're going to see it happen all the time. Yes, it does happen all the time because those windows are coming back all the time. Life is a constant process changes. Life is all mathematics. It's coming back. The news repeat themselves. Yes, but during those specific windows, they will create a specific type of news because the reptilians are aware of what's going on in your head. They are all cosmic conscious. They understand those cosmic winds. They kind of weaponize the weather to kill us, and they do all sorts of negative things. They hook you with drugs, alcohol, sex, greed, gluttony, name it, in order to send you to the hell, because that's what they need. You cannot have a dark without light. You cannot have a day without a night. You cannot have a God without the devil. You cannot have the draconis without the reptilians. You cannot have only one eye or one leg to walk. Understand, it's all about polarity and spirituality. All right. Sorry. Getting emotional. All right, we have again. Video shows car crash prevent horrible accident. Talk about cosmic biorhythm. And the same thing with this guy who got attacked by the bear. Thanks his positive cosmic biorhythm. You know, you're going to be at the right time, at the right place like these guys, okay, and escape with your life. Or you can very well be at the wrong time, at the wrong place and die. That is because of your cosmic biorhythm. These energies and those cosmic winds are understood and used by the reptilians to make sure you join their clan of evil and darkness, stupidity, fear, and negativity. All right. Now, California utility PG&E could cut power to 850,000 households over historic wind event. Now, when I wrote my 2020 Nostradamus Dragon forecast a few months ago, this is how I started. 2020, a year of wind and fire. That's how I start. And then I put the quatrain of Hitler, okay? And the keywords of that quatrain mentioned German Vikings king alike. We're talking about, of course, the white supremacist, black and white, red blood, okay, trying to make you aware that doesn't matter what race you are, your blood is red. Okay, so human being. Fire, war, violence, passion rules, and you could see this guy just a couple of days ago. You get rid of my president, I'm going to get an AK-47 and kill all of you. Okay, now understand my question. It speaks for itself. Okay, and at the end, God nowhere to stop fires. Okay, again, Hitler, evil spirit reborn. Be cautious, pay attention. This forecast is there for you. Okay, it's an investment that can give you an understanding to where you're at right now, where the world is at. Because I also described the long-lasting planets, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, where all those planets are located in your chart. Okay, I'm not doing a personal reading because now you would have to pay $700 or $300 and see me on Skype. But I'm giving you enough information that gives you a grounding to understand how God speaks to us through the sign and how to avoid the reptilians manipulating you through those planets. That's how it comes down to it, my friend. Now, I want to show you something. Okay, do you see that? This is, many of you who read my newsletter yesterday saw that picture. This is a gray. This is a dignified robot, okay? And Draco told me to have this made in gold. So wherever you're going to see me in all my UFO conferences, you will see this gold chain, of course. Chain is out there around my neck. This is a talisman that will protect all the people that are with me wherever they are. If we're going to go and see some UFO manifestation like I'm going to be doing in San Diego in a few days from now, we don't want to attract the reptilians. So this is protecting me, and this is protecting you wherever you are at. Okay, so this is a talisman. Now, there are people who wants to delegate with extraterrestrials. Be careful what you ask for. Remember, the future is the reincarnation of your thought. If you don't have enough uranic energy in your UCI or your chart, your unique celestial identity, never in a million years will you attract either the good or the bad extraterrestrial. So they don't exist. Common sense, logical. If you have a tremendous amount of uranic energy like I do, or stellium in the sign of Aquarius, you're going to be a magnet to the entity because a magnet will attract a piece of wood. And if you are like Travis Walton, born with the moon in Aquarius, so you're going to attract them. But you need also to understand that you have to be invited. That if you just jump out of a truck and go and do the flying saucer, you're going to get electrocuted. This is what happened. This is what I explained when I point out his chart and much more because of his natal and hidden dragon. They cannot explain that to you. You got to have the visual. When I do my slideshow on UFO, you get to see all that. So, you know, if you are lacking that Uranus energy in your chart, or if you have plenty of it, you know, you need a UFO talisman to protect you so you will not attract the reptilians and you would attract only the draconis. Okay, they may decide to talk to you like they did to me. Good luck to you. That means you're going to be you're going to have a lot of pain. I don't think that's a good idea. Okay, or they might just show, you know, their reality during those specific uranic cosmic wind that they use to come down to see us in this dense physical world. There's so much more that I would like to teach you and tell you, but I am constrained by Draco for now, one step at a time. So keep listening, keep watching. And as always, if you like my work, hey, Dr. Turi, I like you. You're a cool guy. Okay. And of course, you're going to have always an infected idiot that's going to put the thumb down, you know, not realizing how much I give. I'm asking these people, what did you give the world today? But that's how it is. You know, they are everywhere, and many of them cannot even assimilate my work. Is we are slaves for the reptilians and turn into zombies when time is right. The reptilians decide to do so. So what I'm trying to tell you, my friend, share my work, be part of the solution. It's critical that you help me. Slowly but surely, we have to make those videos viral so that I can guide people and explain to them. And when they are enough energy, then I mean, it looks like if I will be able to divulge much more. But for the time being, one step at a time. One more time, my good friend. Hey, make it a beautiful day. And you know, Dr. Turi loves you. Goodbye. I'm going to go fishing today.